AI can be used for objective problems such as determining the optimally efficient public transport system for a city, but it can also involve subjective and critically human decisions like credit score rating. It can be massively beneficial, like when screening patients for potential diseases, but also disastrously harmful, perpetuating fake news and extremist hate speech. As with many innovations, the nature of AI lies not so much in the technology behind it, but rather in the ways humans have interacted with and appropriated it for their own ends. Nevertheless, if we are to understand AI and how to harness it, it's crucial to understand how it works, what it's meant to do, and what it does not do. That's why in the last video we took a high-level view into the systems of machine learning. At its heart, it is a collection of mathematical operations that are guided by a goal and a measure of success towards that goal. Setting aside the even greater problems of infringement on rights and the philosophical status of AI, what happens when we integrate AI into increasingly human areas where we want to make justifiable and humane decisions, yet we have such a poor understanding of what AI actually does? This leads to several problems for AI regulation. The first is bias. As a system learning from what it is fed, AI easily reproduces the biases inherent in its training data. For example, AI trained to identify human faces has been found to do best on white male faces and poorest on black female faces, probably because it was trained primarily on images from popular media which display the same skewed representation. You might think that bias can easily be eliminated by removing data about gender, race, and nationality from the data, but first, bias is often far more subtle. For example, your race can often be highly accurately estimated from the cell towers you connect to most often, since this reveals the neighborhood you live in. Further, there are conflicting definitions of bias. As a hypothetical example, in applications to universities, you may wish to have admission to each department independent of sex, but because one sex may apply on average to more competitive departments than the other, the overall university admission rates will appear to vary depending on sex. Is this bias? Most people would probably say no. These examples reveal that bias is deeply rooted in decision making. Indeed, bias is not a problem inherent to AI, and if anything, at least AI only reproduces biases that actually exist in the data, whereas sometimes humans have prejudices which are entirely unexplainable by the data. A second problem is over-optimization of AI. Recommendation algorithms such as what social media companies use to feed you content you're likely to be interested in are likely to feed extremist content to those already susceptible to believing in that, thereby radicalizing them even further. This is a case where we don't want AI to be too good at a single goal, or rather we're uncertain what goal is a worthy one. This is also representative of a larger problem of AI being used as a tool by a privileged elite for social manipulation. The problem of devising policy for AI therefore has to take place in multiple stages. First, the principles of AI development and usage need to be clarified. Various acts such as the EU's AI Act and the US Department of Defense's ethical principles for the use of AI highlight the need for transparency, testing, sustainability, and responsibility. But when it comes to implementing these principles in auditing processes, code design, and market implementation, a strong culture that values ethical considerations in AI is important to minimize the negligence that easily takes over when the commercial development of AI speeds ahead. There aren't any easy solutions, but being aware of the complexities of AI and its development allows for the creation of standards and policies that eventually make AI more reliable and trustworthy. Thanks for watching.